Hello. Today we are going to talk about the claim I very often hear theists make, which is that atheists believe something come from nothing. Now there's lots of ways we can actually go about addressing this. The first one, I think, and probably the most basic one, is that atheism makes no claim at all about where the universe comes from. It just doesn't. And so we can discard with that entirely. But if we are to go down the route of kind of just going with it for the sake of argument, often theists will say this in relation to the Big Bang, meaning that they think the universe came from nothing. And indeed, if you read books by physicists who actually are the people who study this subject, you will have people like Lawrence Krauss who have written a book called The Universe from Nothing. The problem is that the nothing in that is not quite the nothing the theists levelling this claim mean. So when the universe started during the Big Bang, which wasn't an explosion, by the way, theists, just to let you know, it was an expansion. What happened is, as far as we know, is that the universe began expanding from an infinitely hot and an infinitely dense point called a singularity. Now, we don't know why this occurred. We don't know particularly when this occurred, because time didn't actually begin in the singularity. It began after it began when the expansion began. So, we're not talking about nothing that the universe came from. The singularity is basically where all known physics breaks down. That's why we don't know. What we do know is it was infinitely hot and infinitely dense. And it wasn't nothing. It just wasn't. So the universe, the kind of atheists don't believe that the universe came from nothing. People who accept the Big Bang theory, who aren't necessarily atheists, don't believe that the universe came from nothing. Now, let's go on to the theist claims. And this isn't all theists by any stretch of the imagination. But let's talk about those theists who say that God created the universe. My question, specifically the ones who are making the claims that atheists and people who accept the Big Bang are saying that the universe came from nothing. What did God create the universe out of? Did he create it out of something? If so, then the point of you laughing, as I've seen some of you do, at the people who accept the Big Bang theory, levelling the claim, well, you think it came from nothing, ha 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 ha. If God created the universe out of nothing, God may have created the universe out of nothing. If not, he must have created something out of something. That something either had to be something necessary, which was always there, or something that was past eternal. Now, this is exactly what the atheist thinks. That the universe, for the singularity that the universe came from, is either something necessary or it is part of something past eternal. So, really, we kind of agree with each other. The only thing we don't agree on is the catalyst for that. We would say, I don't know, because we don't know. and you would attribute it to God. But the actual substance of the universe, when we're talking about the substance of the universe, I think we'd probably actually agree that it either came from something past eternal or something necessary. Now this leads us on to another slight problem for those theists, because most of those theists who I've encountered will say there cannot be a past eternal, which is absolutely wrong, by the way, and I'll make another video about that. But most of those theists will say that there cannot be something past eternal. So what you're left with, theists who say that, is that this substance, this substrate, this physical element from which the universe was made, is something necessary. And if it's something that's necessary, why do we need God at all? I'll leave you with that one. But next time you want to levy the claim that the atheist believes that the universe came from nothing, think long and hard about what it is you're actually claiming, because at best, at very, very best, it is exactly the same problem that you have.